You might remember that our friend David Menzies went there with our cameraman Mocha to film, well, what was supposed to be a tearing down of John A. Macdonald's statue there. Of course, the Antifa in Kingston isn't as muscular as it is in the United States, so they lacked the strength to tear it down. They were just going to throw eggs at it and things like that, otherwise vandalize it. David went there, and we sent a security guard along, just knowing that these days Antifa like to throw fists. Well, indeed it happened. The security guard did a pretty good job. I think that was when we decided to have at least 2 or 4 security guards thereafter, because take a look at how that happened.
Distributing eggs, and oh, excuse me, ma'am. Oh, why is that? What makes me a racist, ma'am?
Okay, we
Have you
know.
heard your own words? Because I just listened to you.
Please. Don't touch me.
touch the
Do
camera.
not touch me.
You do not touch the
Sorry,
camera.
ma'am, you said we were racist. Why is that? And you use a lot of bad language, not very ladylike language, I must say.
I'm not a fucking lady. Get out of here.
Oh, okay, then. What about yourself, ma'am? You were saying something as well, I believe.
I said that I thought your speech was offensive and inaccurate.
Oh, it was. What did I get wrong? Kingston's motto is not where history and innovations.
Do you believe that removing a statue removes history?
What would you call it?
I would say that we're no longer celebrating a racist creep. The history doesn't.
Time to go.
What are you pouring water on? Hey, excuse me.
Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Shoo.
As you can see,
Shoo. Get your boy
these
out of here.
people.
Don't push us.
It's a,
Get him
it's
out
a
of here.
park.
Get
It's
our
a
way
public
out.
park.
Get out
Do
of
not
here.
push us.
Time to go.
Do not push us. We're
Get your
making
boy.
our way out.
Okay, good.
No one wants you here.
Good.
Get
Get
out.
your boy out. Get your boy out. You're gonna get egged. Get out.
Well, you're going to threaten me by throwing an egg at me, sir?
Don't. Get out of here.
It's a public park. Come on.
Whoa. Let's move over.
Oh, you're a tough guy behind that mask, aren't you?
Get out.
Oh, and you too.
Get out.
Huh? Is this is your idea?
Let's go.
Get
Let's
your
go.
boy. You're gonna lose that camera, kid. You're gonna lose it. Go. Go.
This is. Hey,
Touch me. Get the
don't
fuck
touch
out.
him.
What are you gonna do?
What am I going to do?
Yeah. Do
Let's go.
something.
Let's move over.
What makes us a racist? What makes us a racist? You can't even articulate yourself.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't punch or push reporters or cameramen, even if you don't like them, even if you find them annoying, even if you disagree with them. You cannot punch a reporter. But there were no police there. That was the strange thing. This mob announced itself well in advance, and police made the strategic decision to defund and abolish the police presence right there. They literally chose to have the mob run free. I guess you can't have a riot with police if the police don't show up. They conceded the city to the bad guys. Well, David went there thinking it was still under Canadian sovereignty with our bodyguard, and he got roughed up. Well, we sent our video footage of the assault to the police along with a letter from our free speech lawyers demanding that the Kingston police investigate and lay charges. Now, we have said this before. We've said this in Toronto. Remember this footage of this man threatening and then punching our cameraman Efren. We sent that footage to the Toronto Police Service over a week ago. We still haven't heard anything from them. But I'm delighted to say that in Kingston, Ontario, the police have taken steps. They ID'd who the criminal suspect was in this case. They arrested him when he turned himself into police. And I'm even more pleased to say that the local media has reported on the subject. Here's the Kingston Whig-Standard, the newspaper of record. It's a story by Steph Crozier. The headline is, Kingston police charge man with assaulting reporter. Pretty plain, isn't it? That's exactly what they did. A local 30-year-old has been charged with assaulting a reporter on June 20th in City Park. The outlet, Rebel News, sent reporter David Menzies. And let me end the story. On June 26th, police released photos and a description of the man to the public, leading to numerous tips. Investigating further, police were able to confirm the man's identity. And finally, the man was charged with assault with a weapon and mischief obstruct property under $5,000. He was later released on conditions and is scheduled to appear in court at a later date. Obviously, we will be there to report on that court date. And I'm pleased that the police caught him, arrested him, charged him, and will try him, although I get the feeling he'll cop an easy plea bargain. What I like best about this, besides the police action, is that David Menzies is accurately and fairly described. A reporter who was attacked by a left-wing activist. I mean, it's not a high standard to meet, but they met it. Now compare that to this story by Global News, written by Alexandra Mazur. Can you spot something odd in this headline? Take a look. Kingston man charged following altercation with Rebel News personality. Rebel News personality? Was it an altercation or did he assault David? Altercation makes it sound like it was a two-way fight. It was an altercation with a Rebel News personality. Let me read from the story. Kingston police have charged the man after he allegedly shoved a media personality at a Sir John A. Macdonald protest. You know that they don't spell McDonald right. There's no capital D in it. I point that out because that's the quality of journalism in Global these days. But actually, it's not alleged that he shoved David. That's proved on the footage. The allegation is that it was a criminal assault. Shoving is not in the criminal code. This is very poor journalism. But look at this line. On June 20th in Kingston City Park, police say a protester poured liquid over a media personality's cameraman and equipment. What's with this media personality bit? Well, it comes clear in this sentence. Rebel News, a far-right media website, later identified the media personality as David Menzies. What are you saying? He's a reporter. You can't bring yourself to say that he's a reporter? We later identified him as David Menzies. No, he wasn't a secret. His name was right there on the screen the whole time. A far-right website. I've known David for 20 years. I'd call him conservative, but he's sort of like a common-sense conservative kind of guy. I mean, to call him a far-right media personality, how lame is Global News? The lamest thing is, I don't know if you know this, but for years, David Menzies was a regular guest on Chorus radio stations, which own Global News. So they're calling their own reporter, who they happily had on their channel for years. Now that he works for Rebel News, he's not a reporter anymore, and he's far right. Global News is super gross, and you can see why Antifa loves the media party compared to us. That's an excerpt from my daily show, the Ezra Levant Show. Every day I do a monologue on the news of the day, then I interview an interesting guest, and then I read my hate mail. You gotta subscribe. Go to rebelnews.com.